All right. Hello. It is me, Fauna Sweet, and today it is, well, it's technically Wednesday. It's not Tuesday, but this is the day that we get to loot all of our trash, our vault loot treasure. Totally not trash. I've been working on a transmog for my DK for a while here, and frankly, I think she looks badass. And I really love it. It's all centered around this weapon. It's like my favorite weapon in the entire game. It's just the balance of power, pink skin for the blood DK. Today we're going to be drinking a red monster. Cheers. Ooh, crispy. So I don't think I told you guys. Sorry, she's the only one that I have decorated for. Well, I guess she's got some ears on her, but she's the only one that I really have decorated for. Noble Garden. I put an update in the stamp. I put a stamp in the comments in the old one because I was like the one that I did yesterday or 2 days ago regarding the Ember Court with the Noble Garden event, because I actually got a ton of hits on that one. Well, I got more hits than I normally do, and I'm sure those people started watching and they were like, "Dear Lord, when does it actually start?" So I put a timestamp in there. So hopefully everybody will be able to actually see how to do that. Let's see. I did get, let's see, what do I want to do? We gotta loot this. We got to, I picked up yesterday before I went to bed. I got home late. I was able to pick up the Return the Lost Souls and Replenish the Reservoir, which you always have to pick up on all your alts. When I say you, I mean literally, if you have alts, this needs to be done. One of the reasons that I like to do it is because if you do this one and you cap out, it's not showing up right now, let me see. Yeah, if you cap out this one on your alts, the Return the Lost Souls, you don't get souls anymore. You get anima. And anima is, in my opinion, such a scarce resource this expansion. The special currency that they have, I feel like it's always scarce, but it's been pretty tight this expansion. In a bad way. I know eventually they're going to put more into it, but for now, it's pretty bad. I just realized with Venture there's a complete all mission. And I just realized that, and I have been individually clicking every single one, and I will tell you this, that gets annoying after a while. Can't wait until they come up with anima gains, hopefully with 9.1. Me too, 0. Oh my gosh, that would be the best ever. Okay, so like usual, I focus on a couple of things in my table. We look at anima, we look at appearances we don't have, we also look at pet charms. In my opinion, pet charms are probably the most important thing. Oh, also soul ash. Yeah, I don't have any of that. Okay. I feel like this one's gonna be a hard one. Oh, no, it's not. Can I do it without Sika? Maybe. Yeah, sure, let's do that. I don't really have a lot of anything at this point, so we're going to 4, 3, 6, 3, 1500. Oh, sweet. Those two have a lot, and that one does too. Okay, we'll see if we can get one of those done. So we'll do some babies here. Here, can 2 of you handle it? You can. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. They're so good at what they do. I don't know who they are. I just clicked them. This guy's almost dead. Hopefully we can kill him. Will he die? No, man. Avalon's not gonna die. Avalon, get in the front. Will he die? No, but I won't be able to make it. Can you go here and you go here? Sweet. Apollon dies. That's great. You want to kill off your followers as often as possible. They're horrible and they need to learn their place. Let's see. This actually has values. Let's see if we can do any of this. Gosh, right? Oh my gosh. Hey, it made it! This is called Venture Plan. If you guys don't have Venture Plan, I strongly recommend it, especially if you're just trying to run through your alts. I'm actually trying to do this for them to get experience, so I'm gonna take those 2 out and put more people in there that need experience. Awesome. And they can actually be done. Those reward 1500. That's not anything to sneeze at. I sincerely doubt these guys can make it. It's not guaranteed. Nope. Didn't think they could. But they'll still get the experience from it. So, is it worth it? I don't know. Let's see if we can get one of these fishing cache or the meat cache. one of those. Alright, so that's a bunch of that. There's a couple of easy quests that we can do in Bastion really quick to finish up troubles at home. Bastion defended. Super easy on an actual Kyrian. You're just zipping in. Dread Lucaire is almost impossible. I have Night Fae followers in the low to mid 50s and cannot succeed at it. Was that the one that I tried to click at?
Must determine whether a soul is ready to be brought to the Shadowlands.
Dread
Hone your skills with this
Dread
trial.
Lucaire. And it gives you... Oh, herbs. Yeah. I guess I took a shot at it. It didn't work. Okay, who is this? This guy says that he wants to... The Lich King calls to him. Apparently I don't have control over the Lich King. Alexandro. Oh no, he's dizzy. He picked the wrong one. How could you pick the wrong one? These ones are easy. This 3 is just click... You don't even have to see who's up next. Boom, boom, boom. Good, they're all done. The guy, if he starts with the guy who's like, it's the Lich King. Oh wait, did that not go through? Oh. There we go. I mean, it is confusing in the beginning. You don't really have the control over a Lich King or a Lich. They don't get to go anywhere. What is that reward? I'm sorry I keep going all over the place. I'm just gonna get this treasure really quick. I still don't have the mount that comes off of this treasure. What is that? Why is that shaman not in ghost form? He's like just a regular wolf. I've never seen that before. I wonder if that's I wonder if that is... Ooh, snuck in. I wonder if that's a glyph. The Kyrian transport network seems so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I've opened up a whole bunch of the transport networks, and I can safely say, without any hesitation, the Kyrian one is just literally the best. And it goes straight to the middle. So, like, all you have to do, there's, like, only 3 places that you really need to hit up every day as part of, like, maintaining this particular, covenant. And I want to get down to that one. So we're going to take this teleport. And you get the little speed boost. As far as mobility, even though Kyrian doesn't have, like, terribly too much, like, we don't have, like, Blink or a Shadow Dance or whatever. Shadow Dance? We don't have
How do you do?
the Night Fae.
steward's
Ooh,
job is
that's
never done.
that's not gonna work out so hot for me. I didn't I didn't reset my guys. Alright, anyways. And heal that up.
Hello.
So there's a rotten little helper, and then there's this winter little helper. She's cute. She's adorable. She's got her stuff together. She's tidy. This guy, on the other hand, he looks slightly ill, and like he needs to be cleansed or of something. He's a leper gnome. Is that what they're called? Why am I... Like, Zero, what are the gnomes called in Gnomeregan, the sick ones? Is it leper gnome? Leper gnome. Gosh, that sounds really rude. Hey, Owen. Owen, do you remember? You're probably too young for this. But when I lived in England, there was a show called Blue Peter. Hello, Owen. So good to be here. There was a show called Blue Peter, which was kind of like a kids show where they had like crafts that they would show people how to do. But like one of the biggest things that they always had like a fundraiser when I was young, and I don't know if this is still the same case, they would have like these like events that you could like donate to like a charity for children in Africa who had leprosy. Do they still do that? You always wanted a badge. Is that like a Blue Peter thing? Could you get a badge from Blue Peter? I'm gonna look. Blue Peter. Oh my gosh. It is a thing! Badge. It's an award for Blue Peter viewers given by the BBC's children television program for those appearing in the show. Is this showing up again? Can you guys see that? Oh, Airy! That's really cute. Do they still watch that? They are awarded to children aged 6 to 15. Or to adults who've been guests on the program. I want an environmental badge, which is green, but the main one is blue and white. Okay, yeah, I just saw the main one then. That's super cool. So I'm not crazy. That was a thing. I lived in England when I was... I want to say 2, 3, and 4. So from the ages of 2 to 4. And then again when I was 10 and 11. I think we only lived there for 2 years. When I was older. 2 years? Yeah, because we had a 1-year stint in Germany, and then my dad wrapped up in the Air Force. I think this is the case. In the Air Force, when you are assigned overseas, you're usually given a 3-year tour. And he was supposed to be in Germany for 3 years, but something happened and they shut down the base. So, they basically said, well, since you're still in Europe, we're going to send you over to England. And he was stationed in Mildenhall, which I think is near Suffolk. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Then there's a gold if you're a saint. How do you become a saint of Blue Peter? I never really watched it. I found it too grown up when I was young. Yeah, so I guess I was like a 11 or 10. It wasn't terribly too grown up. And then again, I really loved all the crafts that they would have. Like, I was a huge crafty person when I was younger. Like, I loved, like, making anything with my hand. But I just remember them always, like, showing all the poor children in Africa that had, like, leprosy. And it was a little shocking and sad. But, I mean, real, so it's probably not bad to expose kids to it. I can only apologize for our trash country. I don't think it's trash. It has its pros and cons for sure, just like every country. No country is perfect, unless you're in Sweden, in which case you're probably slightly perfect because you have Eritoria there.
Do you need a task?
Eritoria, do you have any like favorite show that you used to watch when you were younger that you're pretty sure is just Swedish? Oh, Adri, how are you doing? Did you get your interview, your application reviewed for your acting school? Has that happened yet? Or are you still practicing? Do you know, have you gotten a response yet? Big true. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do next on these guys. Oh yeah, we're looting the chest. I was like, why am I need to go to Eritoria. I need to go to Eritoria. I need to go to Oribos, what I'm trying to say. And let me think. I'll let you think. You have approximately 5 minutes to come up with a show that I will then Google and look at the adorable pictures of, because Sweden. Alright, so we're set to Vengeance. Not that it really matters. We're gonna pick up this. It's the weekly. It's a burning path through time. Boop-a-doo. Hopefully we get something good. You have an audition on the 24th of April. Okay, cool, cool, cool. 24th. I have that appearance. I don't have that hat. This is a crit verse necklace. That is a direct upgrade with an additional 2% versatility. Okay, this is cool and all, and it is an upgrade, guys. Here, help me make this decision. Punctuation being important. Oh, okay. I swear gold was for, like, terminally ill kids or something impossible. There was a show called Soon. The intro is so catchy. I should play that. I should do, because I kind of want the appearance, and I have run this one several times and have not gotten it, and it is off of Sire Denathria, so that is annoying to get. And this is a very minimal upgrade. It is literally just going to give me 2 more versatility. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's look up. I wonder if you guys can hear this if I do it. Soon intro song. Svenska. I guess that means it's in Swedish. Oh, there's a lot of things coming up that I don't think. Oh my goodness! Oh, it's kind of like Dexter's. No, not Dexter, but. I'm assuming this is it because there's kids on this cartoon. The comments are turned off. We'll never know. Okay, this is weird. The art style is like Daria from MTV. Do it. I like watching the fight. Would the sire hat finish your set? Ooh, good question. It's like a mix between Daria from MTV and King of the Hill artwork. I'm trying to, they're like very psychedelic. I'm not sure what I'm picking up, like what the plot of it is, but there are 3 distinct families, maybe? Behans something. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it. That was very jazzy. Thank you for sharing that, Ari. I appreciate that. Okay, good question. Let's see what I need to finish up the set. I have a lot of bunny ears, guys. I don't know if you have this many bunny ears, but you should get on my level if you don't. Sets. I do need quite a bit more, so I will still be continually running LFR. So if I'm gonna keep running it, I probably shouldn't. Look at that! Oh my gosh! No, Owen, wasn't that jazzy? I don't know, guys. I don't know. This one's a hard one. I might have to sit on this one. I might have to, like, run some thingamajiggers. Because it's just a 3-item level upgrade. But it is one of the only things that is an upgrade for me at this point. Actually, I have to dump some stuff into some things, I think. I have Valor that I can put in. I should put some Valor in this one. A haste first neck is probably better. Yeah, no, it's not even the best stats for me. I'm gonna what do I do? I think I want to go for the hat. Okay, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it, guys. We're not gonna stress over it right now. I'm gonna pick up the dungeon quest and then we're gonna move over to the next character. So we have holidayed in Turkey at different points when I was 12 and 16. Oh, okay. I remember this off-brand SpongeBob show. It was a puppet, but looked like it was done on mushrooms or acid. It was on both times. Wish I knew the name. Oh my gosh, we need to do like a Google hunt and see if we can't find that. Swedish, or Turkey. I was gonna say Swedish. Everything's Swedish to me right now. Turkish. Turkey is whack. It's true. It's like this weird, conglomeration of, like, cultures, I feel. It's, like, half European, but then it's very, very not in some areas.
What you need, my friend. How may I assist?
Alright, we're gonna switch over. I think that's all I want right now off of her. Let's double check my spreadsheet of things that I need to do. Sheets. You tried to find it for so long. I feel like okay, so we picked up the calling, we did the mission table, we did the animal conductors of both ones. We picked up the Lost Souls quest. We picked up the 2 dungeon rep quests. We picked up the Soul Ash. Picked up the 100 anima, and then picked up the quest to fight one boss at the Path of Ascension. What? Oh, I didn't do that. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna head on back over there and dump off some of the things in our bags. We're gonna actually see if we can do the Path of Ascension today. Just get it out of the way, guys. Out of the way. Every single man on the street would want to touch my sister when she's like 15. It's because the blonde hair! Those beautiful Swedish babes with their blonde hair. Not that she should have been touched like that. That is inappropriate and unwanted. I liked it.
I have much to offer.
We also have to go get one of these guys. We need to go get a Soul Seeker crystal. Right? That's what I want. Let's make a soul
Your
seeker
influence
crystal.
is appreciated.
Hey, nope, not you.
Are
You.
you in need of
This is
supplies?
so confusing, guys. Soul seeker crystal. Boom boom. Yes, create that.
Thank you
Alright,
for
now we're
this
gonna go
transaction.
here and say that we want to do this one. Oh, I know I have that. No, I do. I do have a soul mirror. I did. Oh my gosh, it's right there. That's right here. Why can't I do this? I never understand. See, it says I have 0 of these in my bag, but I do have one, and I have one of those. Why does it say I don't have a soul mirror? Maybe the soul mirror is not filled yet?
I will restock all
Maldraxxus, let's
provisions.
look. Do I have something in Maldraxxus that is pending for me to do? What? No, that's not Maldraxxus, so that doesn't help us at all. Yeah, I don't know. We'll come back to that, as usual. As a permanent status of my life is I'll come back to that because I don't know. Defeat Calcine in the Path of Ascension with any soulbind. Alright, let's do this.
And know that we stand with you.
Um,
May your courage never falter.
maybe when we get out, it'll recognize that I have a soul mirror. Oh, I dislike that. I didn't like leaving the hotel we stayed at. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am here for you. I am up for the challenge.
Welcome, friend.
Yup. We need the trident? No, I don't want the trident. I want the foot
Back
pads.
to work.
Thank you. So we need to defeat Calistine. So I have unlocked all of the levels except for this one, and I says I need to defeat more bosses. So I can't do this one yet because I need to go unlock more bosses. We might once we go through all the characters, I might come back to that. But today we need to do Calistine. So we're gonna go. I'm sorry. Pelagos has like a waddle when he runs, doesn't he? I mean, he swings those hips. Like I don't know what he's doing. He's working something. I guess from the front it doesn't look so wrong, but he's got like weird birthing hips. I don't know. The Kyrian Ascended guys models are so weird to me. They are so friendly to Brits. I feel like it really is just like a cultural difference. I feel like there's like... It's like in America. America will just literally smile and wave hands and be friendly and start up chats with anybody. But I heard that, like, if you tried to do that in Sweden, like if you're on the bus and you start trying to talk to someone, people are very concerned. They're like, why are you talking to me? So I think the path here is that once she pins me again a second time, that's when I use my ability to go free. There. Okay, she's putting her second one down. So now I'm like doubly struggling here. Then we use that to get away. So now when she does her this thing, she's gonna give me 1, and that's fine. Just gonna do a little... Ugh! Run, Pelagos, run! Eh. I just love the sound effects it makes. Wow, 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 wow. I'm gonna get far away, and then do that. Oh, I thought that still dragged me while I did that. It does not. That's nice. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. This is technical. Small talk is hard. Man, Americans love small talk. We can just literally talk about anything forever. I think we're kind of like... Well, no, I take that back. I think some can. Obviously, this is not like a universal thing. Not every person is the same in America. I do think it's also an art form. Is he gonna... No? Okay. I feel like I missed an opportunity there. Keep going, Pelagos. His little legs are running. He's doing his little waddle. I believe in you. this, give myself a shield, pin her in place, go over here, do that. Run. It's the that grunting helps with my Oh. You're standing, excuse me, on top of my shield. Thank you. Sorry, I'm very concentrating here because
Confidence overtake you.
I'm not gonna let my overconfidence overtake me. I do want to release this before she pins me again. Oh, she snuck away! Did you see that? Run! Ooh, ah! Just slowly go back to the starting point. It's easy, guys. It's easy. Just kind of waddle around. Are we done? Are we done yet?
You have come far.
Thank you.
Well fought.
Perfect. That's done. I really need to figure out the soul shard thing. Yeah, I got leather from that, which is great because I'm not a leather crafter. But I do have a leather crafter because... Oh. I don't need to try that again. I finished the quest. The quest was just basically to defeat Kelesthine. I know. Easy. Easy clap. I'm so bad at this. I don't understand. It's like I said before. I have so many alts doing so many different things, and I'm not good at either of them doing them well. Like right now, I want to pick this up. It says I don't have a soul mirror, but I do have a soul mirror. I even have the stuff to make another soul mirror, but I can't make another one. Wait. I'd like to do some crafting. Make a soul mirror? Will you give it to me now, since I just made one? She will! What was wrong with that other soul mirror? Are you in heaven this time? I am Master Pain. I am currently in heaven because you're here. Exiled by paranoia. Find the Flaxseed Effector. Okay, we're gonna do that really quick. Because we need to start getting new dudes, guys. We need to get new dudes. We're gonna dump off some Animu, because we have too many of that in our bags. Just hurl yourself at the edge. That's how you do it.
You seek me.
Show me. The soul mirror has a use on it in your bags. Apparently, I needed to make another one. So this, I think this is the thing that's like doing something wrong. I think I might need to delete it. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like that was a lot of tokens for not a lot of actual, like, action. Alright, let's go sell some stuff. I feel like I keep coming back here and looting this same one. How many of these do I have in my bag now? I have 4. I've just been looting. Every time I see it, I grab it off of that table. Alright, sell that. Thank you. We're gonna go to Oribos. We're gonna dump off stuff at the banks because my bags are in great shape. And then we're going to go get this Klaxi dude, and then we're going to defeat him at the Path of Ascension. Because I've unlocked like 3 tiers of it and have done like nothing. Nothing, guys. I've done nothing there. Because I don't know how to do it. Because as you can see, I was struggling. I didn't even know what item I needed to grab. It's rough. I always go the long way around. Don't do that. So that was technically the paladin heaven. That's how I describe it. It's like noble people, like paladins and priests. They want to go there. The Matthias Shaws of rogues should go there. I need to figure out what I want to do with that. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Alright. I don't want any more. I do need the screws and stuff, but I don't need... I need to make one more of those phalanx pets for Tree. But I don't... Oh gosh, I gotta keep them in my bags. What's happening? No. Focus. Focus. I have to be focused, guys. It's so hard. No. I got a whole bunch of stuff from Murrour. That's a great name. This needs to go to Loktar and Load. If no one laughs at that joke, it's okay. I understand. But I think it's funny. Alright, that goes out. Perfect. Love it. Great. Can do. And then Tails is gonna get on my greens. I've never opened a weekly cache. Not a casual, by the way. Have you, I mean, if you've done anything in game, like LFR or whatever. Loktarn load. It's the only way to go. Okay, we're gonna do this, guys. It's gonna happen. We're gonna go to this Necrolord. This guy. Oh, he's right here. What? Okay. We're gonna... Usually how the Path of Ascension works is you do have bosses that you can fight, but you need to actually get those bosses into your boss list. So you do these individual quests, and then to pick up them, and they're kind of interesting. It's like, hi, I'm a Necrolord, and he's exiled by paranoia. Hardly. I mean, I like to do the LFR just because of the appearance grind and also the anima. Like, for me, because of all the alts that I have, it's much easier to run LFR on all of my alts to kind of get two things done at the same time. It pretty much caps out your anima for the week, especially if you can get in early on. The runs are pretty fast, and it takes maybe like 2 hours to do, not even 2 hours, a little over an hour to do all 4 wings. And once those are done, you have all the anima you need, and you have an option of getting, one, the appearances in the actual LFR run, and then you get 3 shots at getting the appearance in your vault. So, can recommend 10 out of 10. Super effective if you have a lot of characters that you're trying to get stuff done on. Three minutes. Okay, perfect. So that should be up in time for us to go back. We're probably going to port back. I sometimes do a couple of world quests. When does your game time end, Ari? And also, Ari, are you concerned about the fact that if you do want to play again, you have to play for 6 months of time? I don't know how I feel about that. Hope you can commit to 6 months of WoW. Fire Kitty! Does anybody remember where this mount comes from? This was back in the... Oh, do I not have him? I don't have a pulsating maggot. Guys, I hope you don't mind. I need to get a pulsating maggot. I know, it's a little weird. We're gonna do Zufu. Actually, do I have... Capture team. Okay, Stinker, Grumpy. Is this really my capture team? That seems very bizarre. I don't have a pulsating maggot. Oh, there's 3 of them that I could potentially choose from. What the heck? I want to quit gaming altogether. 6 months. Oh yeah, I mean, I thought that's what I read. It could be wrong. But I think now you don't want to spend my time on actual hobbies. That's true. I think you should. If you're very creative with your hands like you are, because I've seen all the pictures of your dolls that you've been making, or figures, and I was like, sure, I don't want to call them dolls if they're not dolls. You should. You're very creative and artistic. You need to delve into that. But yeah, I think the new time limit that you can buy, is that what prepaid is? You can do 2 months with tokens, but tokens, is that like in-game currency? What the hell? This is supposed to be my capture team, and I'm terrible. I can't even kill this maggot. Same girl, but those figurines are incredible. They're dolls. This thing's hard. Sorry, you guys didn't come for a pet battle, but here we are. I need to, like, stun him. Because he heals every time. I like how I'm looking at this backwards. Like, I don't even need to see the pet battle going on behind me. I already got this. With real money, you can do 1, 3, or 6. I think. No, I think they're going to... I think the most recent I think the most recent thing that came out was that they were just going to take away all the options except for 6 month. I know Carlos was complaining about that last time he was here. I used to do buy Blizz currency, then just buy a month at a time instead of a subscription. Can you buy WoW currency? Then it swapped to 2 months last time. It's fine. I don't need no money. No, you're fine. It probably sounds terrible because I read it out the entire thing. No, you're fine. Typing is casual here. We're not like, I'm not gonna be like, how did I believe Owen didn't know how to write do mine? Yes. There was too many verbs there. It's not like English doesn't have enough verbs going on half the time. Like the fact that Eritoria was able to write out he would want, or they would want to touch something, I was like, wow, that is crazy. Do you know how many verbs that is? Would want to touch. Like that is crazy. What? That doesn't make any sense. It's like the perfect future of wanting, and then the direct opt. I don't know. It's just there's too much going on. Okay, my plan is truly coming to fruition as an outsider here to help me enact my revenge. My old master, Thrantiok, is the epitome of paranoia. She believes everybody will turn on her, and it led to my exilement from not only her service, but the House of Rituals as a whole. I had no intent to cross her, but that has changed. Take the crystal casing you have built and slay my old colleagues to infuse it with the necromantic energy. It shall lead you to the Thrantiok's phylactery, which should be exactly what we both seek. Okay, that seems a little complicated and a little bit vengeful, but you know, I mean, we're in Maldraxxus, which I feel like is the epitome of vengeance, and I am a vengeance demon hunter, so booyah! You bought a WoW token and played for like 3 hours. 200k is a lot of moolah auction. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's hard because, like, if you're in the middle of something, you don't mind coming back to it and doing it. But if you have anything else going on in your life that has, like, I don't know. If you have a really good show that you're trying to watch, you're not going to play World of Warcraft. Like, I'll watch, like, some, like, trashy Netflix or YouTube TV sometimes while I'm farming stuff. But if, like, I'm really into a show, I'm not going to want to be distracted by playing WoW. English is hard. Very. Right. Is it just passively? Let's see. Let's see if it does. Okay. Okay, we got 67. That's not bad. I like it. Let's get another bunch. I feel like this is the epitome of cool, because here I am. Oh, excuse me. Like that. Thank you. Okay, they're all casters. Yeah. Okay, so it's charged. I didn't need that much. He spiked me! I'm the only one who's allowed to spike. I love Stardew Valley! Stardew Valley is the bomb. It's so good. I heard that the creators of Stardew Valley were coming out with a game that was basically like Hogwarts, where you like you go to like a school and you learn spells and you have to like, I don't know. The concept of it was so adorable and seemed so fun. I really hope they do come out with that. I tried to look up for more information on that recently, and I couldn't find anything. So I'm hoping that it wasn't just like something that they've given up. I've been playing a day and I'm almost married. Okay, who did you pick? Because Harvey was my first husband, and then when I played through again, I got the emo boy because you know you can't say no to the emo. And he was so funny because when I married him, he was just like, "Oh, you're gonna be gone today? Okay." My name is Harvey. What do I do? Okay, I located it. It's here. Okay, clearly I'm missing something, so I'm gonna look this up really quick because ain't nobody got time to figure out why it's not showing up. My name is Harvey. This is called Necromantic Power. There are no comments on this. There are literally no comments on this. Are you going to ever go to the phylactery? Okay, he's walking. He's going to the phylactery. Sorry, I'm watching a video on it. He's inside. He locates the phylactery. Oh, okay. Oh no. You know what I think is going on, guys? I think there's another event going on right now. Okay. Apparently I snuck in before she had a chance to stop me. So, I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm a bunny with wings. I'm a Wolpertinger. Sam, because musicians get me. Oh, Sam, I can see that. What did he say? The phylactery. Before she arrives. Oh,
You
okay.
would make quite the suitable vessel.
Okay, what do I do with it now? Yes, use this thingy. Who is Pokimane in math and history? My queen in art, my canvas. I don't care. I'm glad that happened though because that is the funniest thing. Aww. "10/10 can recommend. That was hilarious. Thank you for posting that. It made my day." I keep saying 10 out of 10, but it really was 10 out of 10. Oh wait, what am I doing? We need to go back to the beginning. Back to the beginning. Back stealing, borrow, she said. You've got the money, then I've got the honey. Alright, let's go see what this guy's like. We're gonna do another Lost Soul, and then hopefully this will unlock the next difficulty for me to do. So we're doing another Path of Ascension. We just unlocked that boss, so we're going to figure out what it is. I don't like to actually research these guys before I do it,
I have much to offer.
because, you
Our
know,
business has
I am
Do you
a
have
rebel
need of
like
my
that.
blade?
I don't need to watch someone else's tutorial on something. I got enough medallions of service to just blow in the wind, you know? I'm rolling in that dough. Let's see what it looks like, though. Alright, we're gonna get the Vial of Lich Frost. Don't be angry! Is a master of necromantic magic. Frantiak has learned to sever her soul to protect herself from eternal defeat. Her phylacteries grant her power, and through them she rains destruction on her foes. I'm assuming that when we do that, we're probably going to have to destroy her phylacteries. So we're gonna pick that. I am in love with Clea. I think that her abilities are so much cooler, but Pelagos has a little bit more survivability. So we're gonna go with Clea.
Hello.
Let's do the footpaths because I like to get around quickly. So this is the easiest level of difficulty for Thrantiok. I'm assuming I just have to find their phylactery and destroy... Oh, I have to find all of their phylacteries. They already have phylacteries. Alright, can I kill the phylactery? I can.
Remember all you have learned.
1 and 2. Oh, she's got a lot. Okay. She's Ah! Wait, I don't understand. How was I supposed to Am I supposed to interrupt them? I don't know how this is supposed to work. Is this Okay, I was a little bit shocked. Woo! Okay, don't want to be in that. But there's a gap. Okay. What? I don't understand. She's healing.
Dust yourself off to try again.
Okay. My assumption that you had to kill the phylacteries may have been a little off.
Speak, mortal.
I wonder if I had to hide
Another
behind...
Kyrian takes part in this sacred tradition. It is
Let's
time
do
to
that.
face the path of ascension.
See, I thought that I had to, like, zip around quickly in order to destroy everything. But maybe I need to interrupt her? Let's try that again. Backsteal and borrow, she said.
Liches are known to be difficult to defeat. Some say it is solely due to their phylacteries, but I know better.
Kill that. Okay, Wait, does the Death Blossom keep happening? Terminal destruction.
Looks like they need to take a breath.
I don't like terminal destruction. Maybe I wasn't supposed to kill them. Maybe it just makes it harder. Interesting. She's just gonna keep casting that. She can get through that. That's insane. Okay, so you can't hop over that either. So the girl did say, it says, liches are known to be difficult. Some say it's solely due to their phylacteries, but I know better. So I wonder if it's a trap. You're not supposed to kill the phylacteries? Because the phylacteries dealing damage to them didn't do anything. It doesn't matter. Listen, kid, you don't want to see my other side. I have a wolf inside me with a muzzle on. But the muzzle is about to come off. You broke her heart, and I will break yours. I
You stand
cannot.
before the
I can't
assembly.
either. That is hilarious. Some people take it really seriously, guys.
Another trial begins.
I wonder if breaking the I didn't even read what the
Change is
phylacteries
coming,
said.
and we must change with it.
Then we gotta get
Is there
something.
work to be done?
I do still like the movement. Okay, let me hover over one of the phylacteries and see what it says. Because it doesn't have a buff or anything. It says destroying it will give her the ability to use terminal destruction. Dear Lord!
My magic has no equal.
Oh. What does it say? Word of suffering. Okay. What does this one say? Greater necromantic bolt. And that one is Death Blossom. Yeah, forget Death Blossom. I hate Death Blossom. We're gonna avoid that. Word of suffering. I mean, it's not great, but it's not the worst. Can I actually do damage to her? Oh, I see what it is now. Okay, so basically, I just want to destroy one of them to make her less powerful. Greater Necrotic Bolt. This one is Death Blossom, and that one is Terminal Destruction. I bet Terminal Destruction is the best one to do. Oh, and then she gets it back. Okay. Okay. I think I know what you have to do. You don't kill them all at the same time, but ooh, no, I meant to interrupt it. Okay. I think we know what to do now. Listen, kid, I don't have time for effing games, but I am a nice guy. But when you take a nice guy, when you make a nice guy angry, the world shakes. Don't do it again. You will regret this the next full moon. Holy cow. Okay. I got this. We are going to do this again. Okay, now I know what the deal is here. This one's actually kind of fun.
The time has
I
come
really
for
want
another
Clea to
challenge
work,
on the
but I
path.
think he's the
I
best
step up for the challenge.
for this. We are going to get the interrupt because we are going to break the one that gives him terminal destruction, because that one is a slow cast, I think, and I can interrupt it. I don't think they get to cast it very
Remember
often.
all you have learned.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that didn't do like any damage. Probably could have waited a little bit longer, but I don't want Death Blossom. What are you? Okay. I used it too soon last time. Yeah. Ooh, okay. No. Why did I hit that? Yeah, I can't interrupt that now. I wonder if I can get behind it. No, I can't get behind that. Interesting. Just attack it. Greater bolt. That's probably gonna kill me. No, okay, that didn't do like anything. Interesting.
Too good for our challenger.
I just want to wait until I have to interrupt them. It should be soon. I'm gonna die before that gets off. Ah! That's the love. All she said. Why aren't you doing it now? Oh, Death Blossom. Nope, can't apparently interrupt that at all. I'm gonna have to do this. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Nope. I almost did it, even though I completely fritzed that up. Can't get over that. Nope. Nope. Ah! What? How do you live? Oh, look at that. So close. She's a nice girl. How dare you use her like this? How come people like you get to date her and the people like me have to sit in the shadows and be the shoulders to cry on? Oof. I think the problem is there's like some people who are like very,
Yes, mortal.
they are very, like, their sole focus in life is just to find a significant other. And they're like obsessed with it, and they don't understand why they can't do that. And I think you're just gonna be miserable if that's what your main focus in life is.
Service.
Beyond Stardew. Alright, this one
A trial of
is...
courage.
Yeah.
Taking your first steps on the path.
Wait. 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 Okay. Oh no. No 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 no. No no. No 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 no. What? How? I guess I have to eat every other one now? I'm sure Greater Necrobotic Bolt is not the way to go, but Necrobotic, necro, blah blah, Greater Necrotic, that's the word. Almost had it, guys. It just took me a little bit. It's just, I'm not the easiest to... No! Oh, I knew I should have looked at his buff. Oh, I spent my big ability when he was vulnerable. Invulnerable.
Do not let overconfidence overtake you. Stay
I love how they say that as if, like... I think I got this time. There. I would have had it last time, except for... I didn't hit that ability soon enough, / I didn't hit it, when I needed to. I should have either waited or, nope, we're done. Return me to Elysian Hold! I feel like my hair is oddly poofy on one side. And it's okay. Sometimes you got the poops.
My wares are at your disposal.
Oh, this little guy made the weirdest noise, and who are you? Where did you come from? A war-stitched Darkhound. Oh, okay, that's probably the reputation one. That blueprint was for the Vial of Lichfrost, so if I go to
Please inform me
her,
what you need.
I can make the Vial of Serenity, which is... begins a quest. Oh, I need to do these too. Man. And then they give me another tool that I can use. Why did I think that noise was your cat at first? I know, didn't it sound weird? Alright. Your steward friend gave you an extra bottle to store this potion in. Okay. And then this one is filled with a frosty liquid, is chill to the touch. So what that does is you can go to this guy and say, hi. I would like information on these different ones. And now that I've unlocked this, I can now use it in battle. Need to run away, no fear. Break vial on ground, freeze enemies in their tracks, and run away. That's actually probably really good for the Spider Girl. And then Vial of Serenity is a great heal. You keep you fighting. That's the Steward guarantee. Feeling weak? Need pick-me-up? File heal you. Keep you fighting. That's the Steward guarantee. I love Paolone. I'm gonna say that's his name. Paolone. It's adorable. He's a cutie pie, guys. Alright, so now we're gonna check out our next person, Loktar. I don't think she did too much last week in regards to vault content, but I think I did get like a 10 in maybe. maybe like a 6, maybe a 5. I don't know. I don't want to shoot too high, guys. I don't want to make promises. I have too many alts. I know I got a 10 on some person and a 17 on another person. Nelsfera had the 17. Still haven't figured out what I want to do with her vault. Do you guys want to see the cat? She's looking adorable. Why are you looking at me so cute, Story? She's like, I'm in the middle. And those are Easter eggs, guys. I don't know if you saw that. Probably shouldn't be right beside me. I've managed to only eat one of them, but can strongly recommend not having Easter candy on your desk. But it is Easter week, so I'm going all out. Yesterday, me and my sister had a total party. For my sister's birthday, she asked for Doctor Who. She wanted the seasons that she hadn't had. So she's a doctor. She's a David Tennant Doctor Who person. But when she saw the first season of Matt Smith, she was so depressed that it wasn't David Tennant that she stopped watching it completely. It was very dramatic, guys. It was very dramatic. So now, how many years later, she's like, you know what? I think it's time. I think I can go back and watch all of the Matt Smith ones. So my one sister got her all of the Matt Smith episodes, and I got her the Peter Capaldi ones.
I will protect
So she is we binged watched like 4 of them yesterday. And I feel like the thing about Doctor Who is they're really bad at like follow through. So the concepts are amazing. Like they start out and they're like, I had chills in that first episode. And I feel like there's this really weird pattern where they're like, it's not Doctor Who being like, I wonder how to solve this mystery. Let's figure it out and let's do something to fix it. It's like, okay, everybody clap your hands together, because if we clap our hands together hard enough and we believe hard enough, a miracle will happen. And that's just not science fiction to me, and I don't feel like that's what it was like in the original couple of Doctor Who seasons. Like, I feel like it was like, oh, they're on an adventure and they figure something out. And now it's like Doctor Who is like Thanos. He's inevitable. Like, he is the best. Like, he cannot be beaten, you know? He will achieve his task. You just need to believe hard enough. And you don't even need to believe hard enough. As long as he believes in himself enough and he says that he's Doctor Who enough, he'll make it happen. I mean, I'm still enjoying it. I will not watch it. It's awesome. But it does make me a little bit sad that it's not the best. Okay, so this was if you guys don't have any Night Fae, I finally unlocked rank 2 of the Travel Network. So you get this special extra quest that you can do, and you go to this unknown... Oh, yay! Okay, so this is the cool one. In danger, makes a screwdriver go buzz, gets away. Like, I'm okay with him using it as, like, a lockpick. That's fine. But what I didn't... Okay, what was Oh, it was the first episode of Matt Smith, when they had, Patient Zero had gotten away, and they had to find Patient Zero, and Amy Pond was, like, he first met Amy Pond, and he basically was like, at the very end, he confronted the aliens that were the prison wardens for Patient Zero, and he basically was like, I'm Doctor Who, and you're not allowed to mess with this planet, because I'm Doctor Who, and I've defended it, and I'm so terrifying and scary, you should probably put your tail behind your legs and run away. And they were like, oh, you're Doctor Who? I'm running away. And I was like, that's not... Oh, okay, so that aside, we have to do this quest, and what you basically are doing, I don't know if you guys can tell, this is Daffodil, Dandelion, and the Winter Wolf, basically the White Wolf. So this is Gerald and Dandelion, and you help him make a song. So here's the first verse. We wound through the bogs, pierced through the fogs, and there our quarry lay. And I'm stuck. We have to figure out the next line. A big burping frog, sleeping by a log. Its 3 maws agog. I kind of want to do a burping frog. I appreciate your dedication to the rhyme, but we were fighting a Bogart, and while I often stretch the truth of things in my ballads, I think that might be just a bit too large of a leap, if you get my meaning, because it's a frog. It's hilarious. He throws you an obvious wink, so it's got to be 3 maws agog. Good word. It's often the duty of the humble minstrel to educate the listener, and vocabulary is a good start. How did you know that it had 3 mouths? Anyway, here's the next verse. And now you know the rest. The hero passed his test, so give him a cheer and wish him the best. A big thump on the chest. Let's do a big thump on the chest. While that does paint a very amusing picture, I think everybody would prefer to keep their hands attached right where they are. Thank you very much. Apparently, if I try to touch him, he'll try to kill me. I just love how serious he is. So we're going to wish him the best. Look, wishes are great and all, but I'm hoping for something a little bit more substantial. Being a hero is hard work, you know, and hard work deserves compensation, if you get my meaning. Before his next quest, I like it. There's a call to action, and it reminds everybody that he's committed to keeping the peace. Let's try it out now. For the big finale. Toss Animateer Hunter, oh, Night Fae in Unity. By the Queen, that's very good. Are you sure you weren't a bard in your previous world? Daffodil takes a few moments to compose himself. All right, I think I'm good to go. Ready to hear it? Go for it. So then he goes off and he gives his little... We round through the bogs. Pierce through the fogs. All right, so now we have to do these butterfly guys.
Oh, I bet this'll be good.
Name's Shimmersod, and I'm a master of illusion, at least. I'm pretty sure I am. Now I'll admit I've had one too many drinks. I can't tell which of the real one is me anymore. I guess this is what existential crisis is. Oh boy. Okay, so basically you have to ask him what he's drinking, because he has a favorite drink. I've had way too many. No, Shimmersod doesn't give up. What have you been drinking? I won't shade to another. Something sweet, maybe smooth. Ever had an Animatai? Animatai. I love it. What are you drinking? I'd love a Spriggan Sour. Gives a nice bit of a tang that puckers your lips so hard your cheeks hurt. Ha ha.
Don't worry, you'll be great.
And you, if I could find some hard stuff, maybe some hair of the moth could help knock some shench into me and help me remember. So then to figure out what his drink is, you go over here and you say, is that fairy over there okay? And he says his favorite's the Animatai. He claims it's the smoothest and sweetest drink, so we gotta go find out which one it was. I think it was the second one.
Well, aren't you interesting?
He's drinking an Animatai. That's kind of funny. Okay, so then for her, you ask her to make you a drink. I'm gonna need some Gorm juice though, and I just ran out. Mind going over there and getting some from Squeezums over there? Don't worry about hurting it. He likes the attention. So basically, I'm gonna squeeze Squeezums to get juice out of him. I got Gorm juice. I like how it's in quotation marks. Freshly squeezed.
Something for every occasion.
Do I hand it to her? Here's your Gorm's juice. This won't kill it. She sloshes the liquid into a shaker and begins shaking vigorously. Kill you? Why? You alive or something? Oh, you're serious. No, Gorm juice is fine for you. Adds a nice mellow sweetness to the finish. She hands you the glass. All right, thank you.
Thank you for your patronage.
All right, I think that was it. We're just going to play an instrument because we can. I think that's done. Let me double check. Yeah, Into the Unknown. So you just have to be relaxed like 3 different times. Huh. Marasmus is here.
Feels good to...
He's so tiny. In danger. Yeah. All right, so now we have to go into the
Such a hard worker.
the patrol. This is just a standard quest. There's someone here already, grabbing all the fairies. This quest is annoying when you're like, Can't reach anything, and someone's already killing all the things. I'm not getting credit for anything. I mean, things don't die right away, which is nice, but it makes it a little hard. Just have to make sure to grab the things that they're already targeting. Nope. I whiffed it. I just think the reach on this thing is very bizarre.
I must get closer.
Why is it so? I can't reach anything. It's like, the struggle is real, guys. I'm writing this thesis kind of thing and I do not want to. Can I pay you to do it? As long as it's in English and on a topic that I'm familiar with and it's only like 800 words, then yes. Yes, I will have to say no. I'm sorry. Alright. We have to do one quest for the Court of... The Ember Court. Not the Ember Court. The Ember Court. Definitely not the Ember Court. Oh, we do need to do one quest here, though, because we need to do that. However, I need to take a really quick break. I'll be right back. Thank you, guys. Please stick around, because, you know... I mean, Owen, Zero, and Ari, I think it's you are the three guys that are here. So, I'll be right back, guys. If you have to leave, I totally understand. We in this, but it's deep shit. How many words is it? You're giving me like panic attacks because I haven't been in school in a while, but I hated writing anything. Like that was my least favorite thing to do. I'm not a writer, like I said, I'm an accountant. So naturally, anything that has to do with no, that's not what I wanted. With writing was just stress-inducing. Alright, so... you need the wrists. One, it's an well, it's not an upgrade, but it is an appearance that I don't have. So we're gonna kill the world boss really quick, get some anima. That'll be the quest that we do for the garden, and then we can go to Oribos and loot our stuffs. Obviously, I think if you're in university now, you should probably do it and finish it. But I think the university system is broken, and it it's not good. I don't think you should, you know, make people go to university if they're just going to learn something that is unnecessary. I think trade schools should be much more important. And I think like just going to get like a general like university degree is probably the worst thing that you could do. I went for the money. Yes. Well, I mean, you do need to have like, especially in specific fields, you do need to have the degrees. Like you have to I had to get an accounting degree to be the type of accountant that I wanted. I love writing, especially 40 pages. It's my hobby. I regret not going into event planning and PR originally. You could always go back. You never stop doing what you want to do, unless money gets you in the way. Oh, are you kidding me? How did I get off of that? I get that for telling you to go to school again after telling you not to go to school. I was too conflicted. Okay, this is an interesting place to res. I didn't get funding to go back. What did you go to school for then, if not PR? I want to swap my education. Didn't you originally go for, Ned? Did you decide to switch off of that? I feel like I remember you saying something like that, Ari. I want to do architecture or city planning. That would be cool. English. Yes. My sister actually got English. Or she did English and German. She ended up double. Ah, medical school. How do you feel about it? Are you doing okay with it right now? Do you still like it? Or are you like cool to let that not be? Oh my god, really? Excuse me, sir. I'm in the middle of something. What happens if I push you away? Ah! For that, I will skin you. Okay. I'm going to get into this group before I get into combat, and then can't get into a group. Yeah, this one's filling up. And go. Nah, I quit. I'm a free soul. Yay! I'm glad you're not tied down by it. Like they say, like, I don't know, like they say that universities should be paid for, like it should be free education. But that's just giving money to the stupid universities that are teaching you stuff that you're not gonna use. Everybody's like, you should get free education. No, that is basically just universities lobbying to try to get... Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that it was on me. To get more funding. It's not something for the people, that's for sure. There's someone else skinning here. Uni is free. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you don't have to pay for it, but I think it's a waste of time and resources, in my opinion. But I'm a rebel. I don't think people should be going to school. I was homeschooled, so I have a little bit of, like, you know, bias there.
Once more, and drive me from this place.
Am I going to die? Am I too close? I'm standing in this healing rain, and I don't feel like it's doing much for me. Oh my gosh, I am gonna die. Did she stop doing the thing?
You walk on restores me.
feel like there's only one shaman healing. And you know what? He's doing a great job. But if you don't earn over a threshold, you don't pay it back. Oh. I mean, I guess that's good, but that kind of incentivizes you not to make over a certain threshold. Yeah, I think it's silly that that's the case. Like, you can't even be like the manager of like, I have my MBA, guys. Like, I have my master's in business administration. I can 100% tell you that didn't do pretty much anything to give me the education.
You are a true protector of
Skin. Someone is in here skinning really fast. Did I get one? I did. Awesome. Okay, good. That's all I wanted. Okay, time to go to Oribos, guys. Oribos. That's the heart of the forest. That's not great, but we're still gonna do it. Yeah, like, I think you should have higher education if you're going into STEM, but I don't think you need higher education if you're just trying to, like, run a company. They make it sound like the world was broken before and people didn't know how to do things. Like, how did people manage businesses before MBAs were a thing? Like, do you feel like you had to go to school to learn English or to, like, study English? Do you feel like if you were on your own reading all of the books that you did while you were studying English, if you were on your own reading those books, do you think you would have the same insights that you have without it? We love an educated queen, though. I mean, I have it. Like, I do admit, like, I have the education, but I don't think it did anything for me. Like, it's basically just something to make you different on your resume, and I don't like that. I mean, I know I would be happier without it. Yeah, see, I'm saying, like, I mean, you could go back and read all those books. I'm not saying that learning or having an English major is just about reading literature, but I think what you take from a book is very subjective, right? As well. But I feel like Shakespeare didn't need to go to school to learn how to be Shakespeare. Like, at a certain point, it's art, and you kind of just have to feel it out as you go. I mean, there are techniques in art that you can do, but I feel like people don't even do that anymore, because, like, realism artwork is not considered vogue right now. It's like, modern art is not exactly realism. Which I think, like, for realism, you probably have to take a lot of, unless I took classes, I would not be able to realistically draw anything. Like, I would need to know whatever tips or tricks that they have to do. And I think also has to do with, like, practice or whatnot. So my sister was a nursing major when she went to school. And she's a great nurse. She's awesome. She graduated top of her class. But she took art. And it was so interesting to me to see her artwork change, because she just took an elective one semester. If I ever wanted to get published, it's helped in the respect of I would know how to do it, but I mean, I would have saved 50,000 and Googled. That's like, I feel like originally universities were like, here's all this knowledge that we've decided to, like, accumulate and curate, and if you want to come and read the books that are here, congratulations, you can do it. You know what I mean? And there's this old dude out here who's also been writing. You can probably talk to him and pick his idea for, like, information. Reading books and analyzing them is the worst part of school. It's true. Okay, so we're gonna do marksman, just because I have no idea what else I'm supposed to be doing. I like this is what, oh gosh, that is literally it. That's the only choice I get. And you know what? It's a upgrade. It's a 6% upgrade. Okay, perfect, guys. Let's do it. Apparently I did not do LFR last week on her. I mean, I'm a baddie, guys. I'm a baddie. I didn't really play World of Warcraft that much last week. I know. You guys are probably disappointed in me. I could have done more World of Warcraft and I didn't. But when she was drawing, My sister is a good artist just from herself. She never took any classes. She's just one of those people who was willing to, it was a hobby of hers, so she did it a lot and it, as a result, got good at it. But when she was taking the class in school and university, the teacher was like, okay, you got to draw you have to do a self-portrait with pencil 50 times over the course of the semester. And it was like, that's a lot. That's drawing your face 50 times. It's so time consuming. Could have written my thesis. Am I right?
You deserve only the best.
You've got this. Don't worry, Ari. You could probably get an extension too. Just be like, hey, you know, COVID's happened. Family things happened.
Do see me again.
And you could see it. She kept them all in a portfolio, and as she flipped through them, every single one got better because it was just practice. And I think that's the thing a lot of people don't understand is if you just do something over and over and over and over again, eventually you're going to just get better at it, and it's just going to be second nature to you. I would love to learn art. Ari, just use COVID as an excuse. I have 10 times this year. I mean, that's literally what I said. I was like, fine, don't worry. You're paying that, well, the government's paying them for you. That's the thing in America. Sometimes you can be like, excuse me, professor, I'm paying you. You need to be here. I had this one professor who was pretty much not, he was very, he's a lecturer, and he was always like on the news and whatnot. And he was just not in class. He would miss, I think out of like, I don't know, it was like more than 5 classes he just missed. And some of those classes, I mean, he had them proctored or whatever, but he wasn't there. And I was like, I'm paying for this guy to teach me these lessons that someone else was able to teach me just as well because they had like someone else come in and give the lecture or whatever. But because I was homeschooled, I never learned how to drive. And then when I was in college during my junior year, it became very important for circumstantial reasons that I had to learn how to drive, like that semester. And my parents they had a car that all 4 of my sisters shared. My parents were in Europe at the time, and they didn't want me to, you know, just start driving. I had to get my driver's license, but they made me take a AAA class to learn how to drive. And as a result, I ended up missing 2, because of the way that it's staggered. I missed 2 classes. And I went up to the professor and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. I have to miss 2 classes because I have to take driving this semester. And he was like, no, I'm going to still dock you for missing those days. I was like, dude, what are you here? Like, you've missed more classes than I'm going to miss. And I was like, I'll just get notes from a different student. Because, like, here's the thing. This is the part about the university that makes no sense. Because as a homeschooler, this is a passionate homeschooler thing. Knowledge is whatever you decide to absorb. Like, you can read a book, you can watch a tutorial, you can watch a video, you can listen to someone speak to you. And yes, the topic that he was speaking on, he was very good at, but he didn't come up with that information himself. It wasn't like I was paying him to give me information that he had discovered. He was just talking about stuff that was general knowledge. There was a whole bunch of books on it. Like, he was just really good at the topic. Like, all of the things he was telling me, I could have just read in a book. And I got docked, even though I'm paying him to give me information that I can just go read myself somewhere else. I'm very passionate about this, guys. Like, everything I learned in university, I could have taught myself. Because every time I went to class, they would give me this huge textbook, I'd slam it on my desk, and just start reading, listening to the professor and being like, yep, that's right here, that's right here. You know, I had to pay someone to, like, I did my work, and he would look at it and be like, yes, it's right or not. But just in homeschooling, you have an answer key. So you basically just do your schoolwork. You go back to the answer key, you check it, and you're like, oh, okay, I missed that. Then you go back and be like, why did I miss it? You go back to the textbook and be like, okay, clearly I just didn't understand that concept well. I'm going to have to read that, maybe practice it a little bit more. Homeschooling is very weird. Like, not very weird, but it's like, how learning should be done. And I know not everybody can do it, but everybody did do it before like the 1900s. Like public school is an extremely modern societal change that I think is artificially imposed upon society, but we're so brainwashed to think that you have to be in a school setting that people are like, well, how else are your children going to learn? I mean, especially with like COVID, people know how to teach their children stuff, and in YouTube and having like the internet at your fingertips. Like my parents would buy like encyclopedias, and like my sisters and I would just pour over it. Like I thought it was hilarious when narwhals became popular, and everybody's like, "Ooh, what is a narwhal? How is that a thing?" Like I remember being like 6, and my parents gave me a book on like unusual animals, and I was like, "Oh, okay, narwhals or something." Chupacabra? No. Capybaras, chupacabras. That's like that's a mythical beast. But capybaras are like the biggest rodents there are. And I remember being at work one time, and one of my colleagues came and she's like, "Oh, I went to the circus," before circuses were banned because I don't know reasons, animal cruelty or whatever. And she was like, "I saw the biggest guinea pig I have ever seen in my entire life." And there's like 10 colleagues, like we're all just sitting around during lunch or something. And they were all sitting around, and she was like, "Yeah, it was a giant guinea pig." And I was like, "Oh, was it like this big and this tall?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, that's a capybara." And she's like, "A what?" And everybody in the room stared at me like I had 5 heads. Like, how do you know what that is? And I was like, because I read a book. Like, knowledge is not something that has to be taught to you. You can just open up a book and read it. It sounds fun, though. I don't know if it's fun. Like, it changes how you think that you're supposed to learn. So, like, if you think that you need to sit there and... Like, so for me, because I was homeschooled, I thought the idea of homework was extremely bizarre because you went to school for like 6 to 8 hours and then you went home and did homework. I was like, what were you doing for those 6 to 8 hours that you would need to go back home and do more? Because for me, as a homeschooler, I had the book and it was like, learn this concept, do like either read a part of history, and then the question would be like, why was this battle important? And you would read the book and they'd be like, this battle was important because, you know, at that point the land ownership changed and shift hands or whatever. And you'd be like, oh, okay, it was really important. And then like later on you would make the connection that because now so and so had control over the land, they were able to do X, Y, and Z technologically wise or whatever. Or even, you know, to study a math concept. Math isn't hard, and a lot of times it's like built on blocks. And I think there's this concept where you have someone who's not good at math. And I think that's true. Like, some people, it just doesn't come to them. But I think for a lot of people, like, if you sit down with them and you know how they learn, they will... South Korean schooling is crazy. I think homeschooling is hard for many people because of parents needing to work and a lack of social life and discipline. They go to school from like 7 to 5 and then stay after school and do individual study till 11 to 10. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, they're probably very good at what they do, but if you practiced anything for like that many hours a day, you should be really good at that. But I think it's a waste of time because half the time is spent between the different kids trying to tell them how to do something. So yeah, I'm very heated about this. I just don't like the idea of children being forced to sit down in a schoolroom and be socialized with other crazy kids who may or may not have the same values that they do. And then everybody's supposed to like learn at the same level. Like, that's unrealistic. Like, children don't learn at the same level. And also there's different techniques. Like, I need to practice what I'm doing. My one sister, you could just tell her how to do something and she'd be like, oh, okay, I know how to do that. I can't audibly or orally learn at all. Like, I have to like do it. I would homeschool my kids if I had the time and the money. I feel like, so my one sister, her husband is a major in the Air Force, and they don't make a ton of money, But with the lifestyle choices that they made, that she was able to stay home and take care of her kids. I don't think everybody can do it, but I feel like, especially where I live, there's such a high living standard expenses. So like rent is really high and whatnot. But childcare services are extremely expensive. I worked with one girl who said that 85% of her paycheck went to taking care of her children while she was at work. And I was like, oh, I feel like there's a lifestyle choice you could make that would make it so that you could stay home with your kids and not have to pay that. That just seems crazy to me. Okay, we are completely off topic, guys, and I apologize. I'm supposed to be checking boxes and whatnot, and I am totally not doing that. Anima. Maldraxxi is so easy. There was nothing particularly here that I wanted, so we're just gonna... Oh, wait, we gotta do all of our Maldraxxi stuff. We can't not do this. I'm not gonna do it all right now because you guys saw that last week. I'll probably do that at a different time. I do have something. 187, 203. Nice. I'm going to drop off Anima.
You here for inspection?
And I fully admit that it's not possible for some families. But I think you end up with like kids should learn about socializing the first years and learn about morals. This way we don't get so many social psychos. So I think personally, so when I was raised by my parents and I was homeschooled, the only people I socialized with were my siblings and my parents. And my parents' friends or whatever if they came over. And this was very specific because we were homeschooled and we were always going to different countries. But like, I was socialized by adults. Like, my parents were the people who socialized me. And they socialized my sisters. Like, all of our like morals and life choices and also like interactions was always based with like how you would talk to an adult. I have this like gut instinct that people in school are like crazy because you're all socialized by people who are the same age as you. None of the children know how they're supposed to act because their only social interactions that are significant are with children who are their same age. Like, you don't want 12-year-olds being educated or socialized by 12-year-olds. You want 12-year-olds socialized by adults. And yet when you're in a school setting that's like with other children, that's all you have. You end up with this like, and this is being dramatic because I'm a dramatic individual. I feel like you end up being kind of Lord of the Flies. You know what I mean? You're just controlled by other 12-year-olds that are terrible human beings. If you let loose a whole bunch of 12-year-olds, it's going to be chaos. They don't know how to deal with each other. I will come live in Sweden too. That's it. The socializing in schools is what messes people up in the head. I don't think socializing is bad, but I think we make all of these like people who don't know better, right? Like you have a 12-year-old who's like, I'm the popular kid. And then they're like, well, the only way I've been able to maintain my popularity is by not hanging out with people who I don't think other kids would think were popular. I don't know how socializing in school goes. I really don't. So this is all like based on like hearsay, right? So sorry about that. But I don't feel like it makes any sense that you would have like kids look at that and be like, oh, I need to be popular. Therefore, I need to act like, not popular, but I need to be liked and accepted. Therefore, I need to act like, what? They're not going to act like an adult. They're going to act like the cool 12-year-old who is the best 12-year-old. And why would you want to do that? You're constantly pushing down the average of what everybody should be to the lowest denominator, which is the best 12-year-old in the room. That's just weird to me. Whereas I feel like I was raised by adults, and I'm not going to say I was a great child. I wasn't perfect, but I did have, my parents had high expectations of me, and when I wasn't acting like the age that they thought I should be acting, you know, they communicated that to me and let me know. Learning social skills can help you through life instead of sitting behind your computer and telling people what you do. Please, and tell people what you do, oven. Learning social skills can help you through life instead of sitting behind your computer and tell people what you do. I mean, that's true. But I also feel like socialization is kind of weird because are we just trying to teach people how to like interact with other people? I think it's like, how do you interact with other people in a behavior that is acceptable? And normal, maybe?
Welcome.
I think my parents also were just like paranoid. They didn't want me to go through life being seen as weird. And I think most people, for the fact, can't really tell that I was homeschooled. Like, until I tell them, they don't even know. Well, it's the only choice we got, guys. And unfortunately, again, it's not even a transmog item. It's just a pretty sweet ring, so I'll take it. I learned my social skills whilst working instead of at school. I think it's a very complicated subject. I think so. You develop a personality more when you're not in a toxic working environment, i.e. school. Yeah. I think if you're able to see what is possible as an adult or as a child. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. I need all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I got something sitting in front of my screen. All right. I just think that in my personal opinion, in most cases, I think the way we have education done right now, I think is broken. And I think it's because our working system is also broken. not that any of this is going to be fixed. Like, I don't know how to fix it, but there's got to be a better way to do what we've been doing. Sorry, I feel like I was very strongly wording a couple of the things that I have opinions about, and I don't want to come across as like unsympathetic or whatnot. And then Loktar gets all my leather stuff. And then Rowling gets my metal. So that's the only thing I'm going to do on this scroll right now because... Oh, well, actually, I should pick up the dungeon quest. I don't think I picked that up yet. Environment also plays a role in this, of course. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, totally. And it also really depends on the parents, right? So, like, if you have a toxic parent, you're not going to have a healthy home life, and you're probably your education at that point is also going to be tainted. If you have a bad parent in general, your education is going to be poor, so you're not going to be able to do well in school either. And of course, there's always the stories of the parents who, or the children who are like the only escape they had from their home life was the peace and order of school. So every single scenario is different. I just think as a whole, it's not the best system. But having bad parents is obviously not good either. But I also think it's really sad that, like, a lot of parents are like, I talk to people and they're like, oh, I could never teach my children. And I'm like, you can't teach? Like, what kind of opinion do you have of yourself that you don't think you could teach your 12-year-old English? Or your 12-year-old, spelling? Or your, math. I'm not exactly sure what 12-year-olds are learning. It's probably some form of algebra, but I don't think that speaks well of our education system. If you have someone who went to school and was taught in the current education system, and they don't think that they can pass the knowledge that they learned onto their own children. I saw a doc in American schools, and it seems to be a bigger issue over there than here, but I honestly don't know how similar they are. We are just a product of society, and we use our time to run the wheels. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like society is trying to force us into these like pigeonholes where I don't feel like we should have to do that. They make us feel like we need to do things, like we have to have certain things and be certain ways, and I don't know. I'm a rebel at heart. I don't think we should have to be pigeonholed and do certain things a certain way. Like, I feel like I want my children, if I have children, I want them to be as educated as possible. But with that comes, I think the biggest gift that you could give to a child is not, oh, here's all of this education. So like you look at everybody in like Asia or like even in South Korea, they have all of that education. But there's still some South Koreans who are like, okay, well, I have all of this education. I'm going to be an accountant, or I'm going to be an engineer or a plumber or a nurse. You know what I mean? They have all of that stuff that they went through, so that they have all of the potential to do whatever it is that they decided they wanted to do. And if they're not doing that maximum like outcome that their education could lead them to, I mean, are they a failure? Oh my gosh, for these people, I don't even know what I want anymore. I need to start farming. Can you do it? Can you do it? Will Venture Plan be able to figure out what it needs? I really need to do my dishes. Go for it, Tora. Keep it clean. My dad is so toxic, it's hard to know how I'm supposed to associate myself with him. We can only change it together, sadly. Oh, agreed. I'm sorry about your dad. I think, like, both of my parents, they ended up joining the military because the environment that they were raised in was not the healthiest. They kind of felt like it was the only thing they could do to kind of, like, get away from that environment. I don't blame them for that. I think a lot of times, like, people just don't have good parents. And I don't really know what causes that. I do think like our concept of marriage is also, like, marriage and having children is also very unstable right now. We all steer in different directions. Do you need to do the dishes, or does society make you feel like you need to do the dishes? Asking the hard questions, Owen. Those are the questions that we need answered. The subject is really good, so I can't get up and do them. Oh, well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I feel like I'm like, this is where we play World of Warcraft and talk about how do we change society. What was I talking about before? Because I feel like I'm rambling and I have very animated opinions on things. We need to loot her box. That's what we're gonna do. It always sounds a little sassy, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fly there in case we have to go back. I want my ring ceremony. That's what it is. So, like, I think marriage is very interesting because, from a practical standpoint, I think this sounds really weird. I think this is probably radical. I think marriage as an institution, okay, let me explain this whole thing. I think marriage as an institution should be something that creates an environment that creates a safe environment that is stable for children. I think if you want to have kids, you get married, you create a stable environment, you know, you promise to be together forever. That's why you say those vows. I know that sounds extreme. You say those vows because you're like, we need to be together forever because we need to make sure that everything that goes on throughout society, well, the children that will progress society will be in a safe environment and have, like, I think that's what marriage should be for. I think you can, you know, I know it sounds terrible. I'm pretty Christian, so I feel like I don't think, I'm conflicted on how I feel about this. But I think if you want to, like, be with other people and it's just, like, for funsies or whatever, I don't think you need to get married if you just want to have sex willy-nilly. I think marriage is, like, we need to make a commitment because the kids are the most important thing of this union. And therefore, like, I feel like back in the olden days, it was like, you could have sex with whoever you wanted. But if you're going to have children, we should probably set up something that is permanent so that children will be safe and secure. And it's like, okay, if that's the case, then marriage should be more controlled than it is now. Because people get married and divorced, and then married and then divorced, and you have like 5 wives or 5 husbands or 5 spouses, and it's chaotic right now. Like, there's just so much happening. I feel like there should be like a different, if you want to have a union with someone, it should be like completely different than what a child-centered marriage should be, if that makes any sense. So, like, sorry. If I don't seem bad and seem homeless according to society, no, you don't need to shower. That's also, we don't need to shower as much as we do now because it's really bad for your skin and for your hair. It's a partnership. It's more than the bond and the promise. It's a partnership. Just do it. I don't know about the ideas, just knowing you can have someone there. No, I think it's true. I think there is like a form of unity. I think there is a serious relationship between like any types of people. I just think that should be, it's not that marriage, I don't know how I'm trying to say this. It's not that marriage can't be for everybody. I think that there should be a very specific institution for people, because people have children so recklessly now. There are so many children in the adoptive centers and in the foster programs, and there's so many different situations where children are just in bad environments, like they only have like one parent who can't take care of them. And I'm not saying that every person that has a child should have it taken care of them. I'm not saying individuals are bad. I'm just saying our like protection for when children are produced it was originally like, let's create this marriage so that these people will promise to be together so that when the children are produced, they are taken care of. And now it's become something where it's like that has kind of lost focus. So like anybody can get married and children just can be produced whenever. And I feel like it's really bad for society to have the problems that we have with children right now. Like, I'm not saying, I think having 2 parents, whatever that may be, I think having 2 parents is the best thing that could happen for a child. I think there's like a lot of studies that show having 2 parents and who are together and committed you're more likely to create a successful child that will go on and finish high school and whatnot. But right now we just like have just chaos. Like the foster system is completely broken, at least in America. And I don't know. I just think if your plan is to have children, you should get married and stay in that marriage. If you don't want to have kids and you just want to have willy-nilly, that's fine. Get married. That can happen. But if you have the kids, you got to take that institutionalized marriage, whatever, that society is like, you have kids, you got to take care of them, you got to take care of each other because you need to create a stable environment because you're going to have kids. And we take that and we break it completely. I'm the most independent person you could meet, but it's nice to have my person there for backup. No, I agree 100%. Like, I think people do have partnerships, and I do think you do have serious relationships. I'm not saying there shouldn't be something for that. I'm just saying that if you have kids, or if you plan to have kids, you need to create an environment that is stable, that will raise those children. Should be called the Looting Weekly Chest and the Pinnacle of Society. I just want a shoulder to lean on, not babes. Yes, that's on the straight, so gays can't procreate. Well, I mean, but I think there should be like a way that people can have relationships. I'm not saying that shouldn't be the case, but I think marriage used to be the thing that protected that. I think I'm repeating myself now because I feel like I'm not. I think I am explaining myself, but I don't know. And this is also something that I've been like dwelling on. The world is overpopulated anyways. That's like, if it's like, you should take the act of procreation much more seriously. And back in the old days, it was like, they used to make fun of it. It was called a shotgun wedding. If a girl got pregnant, the dad would kind of like be like, okay, if you're the father, you got to take care of my daughter and the child that you have produced. And it wasn't the greatest sometimes, because sometimes they were just having a fun night, but once you create that baby, boom, there is now a responsibility. And Chinese one child policy, how about a world with no child policy? Oh, that's so sad though. I don't want people to go away. I really like people. Like, if we ran out of Italians, like, Italian reproduction rate is so low right now. I think they're like gonna go extinct in like 100 years or something. We're just not gonna have any more Italians. That's sad to me. Like, Italians are cool. I'm part Italian. Like, the same thing with like Swedes. Like, if they had like a zero child policy, I don't want to run out of Swedes. I think the Swedes are cool, you know? The sad part is that I have family members where one parent wasn't really who wasn't really deficient, but she just abandoned her kids with the father once they were like 12. Yeah, we get you, girl. Don't worry. Okay. Sorry. I feel like I'm like, I don't know, because I don't want to be like, marriage. No one should, like, you shouldn't get married. Like, I don't want to ban marriage for everybody, but I think that the original concept of marriage, I think, was meant for something, or at least society turned it to mean something, and then we lost the way, and then I think children ended up being the worst. Ended up getting the brunt of it. Okay, well, we have both of these appearances. My gosh, let's just move on to the next thing here, and this means that we're going to loot a belt. Hey, it's an upgrade by a 26 item level upgrade. What did I do? Did I do a 10? I don't even know what this is, and it won't tell me what I did, so we're gonna pick that. Can you give dating advice? I'm beginning to think you have more knowledge about this than me. I think, okay, now I am archaic again, right? Because if you just want to have sex with anybody, go out and just have relationships or whatever. As a Christian, I don't recommend that. I don't think that's going to lead to eternal happiness, but I'm not going to stop you from doing it. I would just say you'd probably be happier in the long run if you don't do it. But if you do want to have a long-term relationship with someone and you have the potential of getting married, I think your ideas about marriage are very twisted nowadays. Because marriage is never perfect, because you're having an individual that's completely different than you. But I think you really want to find someone who has a lot of things in common with you that you can share, at least like with core values. Like, there was this book. I also think meeting your soulmate is completely just luck based. I think it's like sometimes you're going to like fall upon the person that you're supposed to meet with, and like Tree and I, when we first met each other, I'm a nerd. I'm a total nerd, guys. And I was also like, how do I say it? I like tests. So I was like, oh, I gotta succeed at this test. My friend, she was like, well, if you're thinking about dating, you should look at this book. It's like 100 questions to ask before you get married. And I looked at this book and it was like, oh, okay. So when Tree and I had been dating for like 3 weeks, like, this sounds crazy, guys. I've never told you our relationship story, and I hope that he's okay with me telling this. But 223 would have been like a 13. Send them this. It works. Hello there. Sweet, sweat. You seem to be a sweet lady. Nervous laughter. Dabs. Sweat off forehead. I think, stares deeply into your eyes. I think I love you. After I saw you at the store yesterday, I knew you were meant to be together. This is it. I mean, obviously, would you maybe runs away peeking from a nearby wall. Would you marry me? Smiles shyly. That got fast. Like that definitely like just went across really quickly. That went from 0 to 100 really fast. Definitely the Reddit copy pasta will get them every time. I only have like 3 restraining orders. It really does. Oh, Ari, you're hilarious. But yeah, so like Tree and I met online on this website called, we didn't meet in World of Warcraft, we met online, and it was called OkCupid. And OkCupid was interesting because it was basically like an ultimate questionnaire, and they did a really good job. It was like one of the questions was like, do you have tattoos? And you could say no. And then it was like, do you care if the other person has tattoos? And you'd be like, And it was like, I don't care. I do care. I care a lot. If they do, I don't want them to have tattoos. I want them to have tattoos. I don't want them to have tattoos. I don't care. And it was an option, which I think is extremely important because like, I don't really care if my significant other has tattoos. Like, that doesn't really bother me. Like, if someone wants to do that, I think it's kind of cool. But I would never get a tattoo myself because it's terrifying and I don't like needles. So, like, I think that's an interesting spin on that. And that's like, you could have that spin on anything. It's like, I was like smoking, like things like that. Like, do you smoke? No. Do you care if someone smokes? I don't really care. I personally care. I'm not a huge smoker, but like, you know, there's other things that you could have opinions on. I'm not about to go through my dating questionnaire history with you guys. Like, I have my own opinions on things, which apparently today I'm just like spewing them out crazily. But so we met because we were like 99. I answered like 100 of these questions. And like, we were like 98% in agreement with like all of these things. And it was like even stuff like politics, religion, weather opinions. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was a lot of stuff that was like hard hitting. So then when we finally met and we were talking, within like 3 weeks, we were like, wow, we're actually really similar. This is kind of crazy. It's like I'm marrying the mirror of myself. And then we went through this book called like 100 Questions to Ask Each Other Before You Get Married. And it had like crazy things in it. Like, do you like to go camping on a vacation, or do you prefer staying in a hotel? This is an extremely important question because I am not a camping person. Like, I like my amenities. Like, I like a toilet. I like being able to drink water out of a tap whenever I want. You know, I want to have like sheets when I go to sleep. I'm not a huge like bag, you know, sleeping bag type person. So, do I have a quest to go into Torghast other than the one? Sorry, all of a sudden I decided I had to do things. I think finding a witness is something that I need to do. So we're gonna maybe do some Torghasting. That's the minimum amount of time someone should be with them before they get married, in your opinion. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't think it should take that long. So Tree and I met in like September. We got engaged January, like December 31st. He proposed on New Year's Eve. It was very romantic. And we got married in June. Because the thing is like, we both were like, we want to get married, we want to have kids, we want to create a stable unit, we don't want to have to look for anybody anymore. And then we decided to like get married. And my main thing is, when you get married or when you decide to be with someone for the rest of your life, you have to have a plan to resolve conflicts. And here was the thing that I said. If you are going to dislike something about someone, like for instance, you know, if Tree leaves his socks in the middle of the floor. And I was like, dude, you've left your socks in the middle of the floor. Again, I just did a load of laundry. Can you please put it in the laundry basket? There's 2 things you can do. You can either the person can be like, oh geez, I'm so sorry, I will never do that again, or if I do, I'm sorry, I will try to be better about it, because people aren't perfect, they're going to make mistakes. But you can be like, they can either decide that they're going to do that, or they're going to be like, hey, look, I already do a whole bunch of other stuff around the house. Can you please, if I leave the laundry on the floor, can you pick it up for me? And the thing is like, in my opinion, you have to be able to say, okay, no, I don't want to do that. And you just put your foot down and say, no, I think it's your responsibility. You have to do it. Or you can be like, is this something that's so important to me that I don't want to do this ever again? It's like, no. And right then and there, you make the decision, I'm not going to get angry about this ever again. I'm just going to do it. Some things you got to put your foot down, but some things you just have to be like, is it that important that I'm willing to become emotionally distraught about it every time he does it? And it's like, no, it's just his socks in the middle of the floor. Some things are more important, obviously, but you need to find someone who's willing to be like, oh, you're right, I shouldn't do that anymore, or no, I literally, that's a personality trait of mine. I'm lazy and forgetful. I'll try to be better, but sometimes that's just going to keep happening. And being able to maturely say, this is something I'm willing to put up with, and just decide at that point in time not to get angry about it. Like, people, I feel like, are like, oh, I thought he was different. I thought he was going to do X, Y, and Z, and he didn't. If that thing that you decide that you don't like about that person is so big that you're willing to break up your relationship about, yes. But be realistic and be like, is this something that's really something I can't put up with? Or is this just something that, you know, I have to decide I'm living with someone now permanently. This is something that I can put up with. I don't think this obviously doesn't apply to situations where you're never going to, it doesn't apply to like abusive situations. Like if he's like, what? So I beat you every morning. You're just going to have to put up with that. Like, no, obviously I put a line down. Like, I'm not going to be beat every morning. Like, that's just not going to happen. Like, you do have to have self-respect for yourself. But I think being in a marriage is very humbling. You do end up being a servant to the other person. Tree makes a lot of sacrifices to, like, you know, help us, and I make a lot of sacrifices to, like, make our marriage work too. And I think when you view the other person as someone that is your responsibility for, then your relationship is a lot better. But obviously finding someone, I don't know how to do that. Like, I found mine online and it worked out. My other sister's relationship was really cute. She went to church, and she had been going to church for about a year, and this guy kept looking at her the entire time. He would try to walk over, he would try to make a conversation with her, and she was like, no, it's this weirdo, like, I'm not really into him, like, I don't want him. He would try to open the door for her for church for like a year, and she was struggling with, like, she'd been dating online off and on, like, and just meeting all of the worst possible guys. I think it was actually like almost 2 years that this guy at church was like desperately trying to put his foot in the door. And then finally one day, she moved away from that church, and she went to a friend's house that they were holding like another like singles church event at their house, and it was like a game night. And this guy was there. He was there at the game night. And my sister, he finally was like, this is it, you can't leave now, I can start a conversation with you. He was not a creeper. Like, he could tell, like, she was not into him, so he never tried to, like, you know, make her feel more uncomfortable. He would just continue to be polite and kind of always around her, like when they were like going to church. And then they got married, like, I don't know, 8 months later or something like that, because she was actually like, he's actually really nice and really funny and cute and sweet and a good person. So that was just like, that was not my experience. I found Tree and I was like, we're married within 9 months. And she knew this guy peripherally in her surroundings for 2 years. And then eventually was like, you know what? He, by the grace of God, like I said, I'm Christian. Like, I don't know how that scenario would work out any other way besides like God being like, no, you need to be with him. So I'm going to shove you guys in a room together. And eventually he's going to get to be able to talk to you. And you're going to realize that they're like supposed to be together. Yeah. You gotta be yourself unless you're a nice guy. Then I'm sad to announce there's no advice to be given. I think you have to be yourself, and like, you can't like expect anybody to respond to you just because. Like, I don't think you should try to, oh, that was the thing about Tree. Like, when I met him for the first time, like, I'm a very like sociable person, but I'm also very empathetic. So when I feel like someone's a certain way, I'll change my personality a little bit to be more accommodating. And I realize it's like very stressful, not stressful, but it's very demanding on me emotionally. So I don't really do it that often. I don't like hang out with other people that often. I can't stop it. That gets my personality. For some reason, I always feel like I have to be a certain way around people if I feel like that's more amenable to them. But like with Tree, that was like the first time I'd been around a guy and I was like, wow, I actually feel like myself. Like, you don't have to pretend to be anybody. We're gonna do this little puppy. He's so cute. I really wish we could get this guy as a pet. He just, like, the way he like skulks around, I want him. Like, I do have this guy. I do have a pet. It's like a mall rat or something like that. Like, he's basically him. Let's see if we can summon him. So basically, I have 2 of these little puppers, but this guy is cute too. I kind of want him as a big one. So we're just gonna hopefully not mess this up too much. Oh, stand in the shade. Gotta stand in the shade. I forgot about this. I'm terrible at enhancement. I'd love to find someone with actual similar interests. Yeah. It's hard. My other sisters, they, the one sister that finally met the guy that was trying to, like, talk to her for 2 years, they don't really have the same, I think their core values are very similar, but they don't really have a lot of hobbies that are similar. But, I should probably, this is what I always forget to do. No, those are on. I'm just bad. That's the problem. Oh, if you guys do Torghast this week and you do decide to pick this mall rat guy, he does have health and it does, he does take damage, but he'll just resummon himself afterwards. What's the minimum of time someone should be with before they get married, in your opinion? Sorry, I feel like you asked that again. I am a very logical based person. If you are going to get married to someone, you will know, you make that decision pretty soon. Like, I think within the first 6 months, you're not going to change. And if you do change, it's because you're going to change and affect each other. There are also environmental things that could change a person or whatnot. But if you're with someone for longer than 6 months and you can't decide whether or not they're the person to be with you, in my opinion, I think you're wasting your time and their time. Because once you're with someone and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be with you because I feel like I could make this work and I'm willing to make the permanent decision to be with you forever, I think that will have a longer lasting happiness impact on you. I think choosing to cut it off, because there's like some people who are like, yeah, and here's the thing, like there are so many statistics out there that show if you're with someone for like, if you live with someone for like 5 years and then you're like, you know what, let's get married. There's no change in that mindset, right? Because you were living with each other for 5 years. There's no permanent, you didn't make any actual change besides being like, let's get married. You know what I mean? The value of saying, I want to marry you and be with you forever didn't really change much from when you were just living with that person. And a lot of times, what that translates to is you don't really have any serious feelings about that person, and a lot of people will get divorced after having lived with each other for multiple years and then finally getting married. Because if you knew, like, you end up just being like, hey, we've lived together for this such a long time, we might as well as get married. That's not the decision that you come to when you actually decide to marry someone. When you decide to marry someone, it's like, oh gosh, this is it. I want to make a permanent choice. And you come to that conclusion, I think, in my opinion, pretty fast. If you know it's the person you're supposed to be with. But marrying someone is a decision. So it's like a gut instinct where you're like, oh yeah, I want to be with this person forever. But the impact is, I'm willing to make the permanent choice to be with you forever. Yes, that feeling comes from somewhere. You can't just be like, I'm deciding to marry you. Like, you actually have to be in love with the person. But, I think it's, and like, I think knowing that you want to be with someone is a decision that you come to pretty quickly if you know you're supposed to be with that person. I don't know if that makes any sense. I have 13 different personalities. Do you accept me and my 10 personalities is the first thing I said to Adam, so that makes me giggle. One for mom, one for dad, my Swedish teacher, one for going shopping, one for my grandma, one for my Russian friend, and one for my girlfriends, one for your streams. Yeah! I hope I get your real personality though. I feel like hope you feel yourself. Finally did the dishes. Woo! Yeah! Marrying is just like choosing your covenant. Well, I mean, you can change your covenant. It's just a lot of work afterwards. This is it. The compromise is important, but I'm so stubborn. A compromise is important. But I think it's really rewarding. I think once you make a compromise, a lot of times the other person is like... And I don't want to be like, you're not keeping tally. You're not supposed to keep tally. But you can say like, hey, like, I made the decision to, you know, do X, Y, and Z for you. Would you also be willing to make the decision to do X, Y, and Z for me? And like, I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people go into relationships thinking, oh, but we're supposed to be perfect together. Everything's supposed to be just easy because you're with the person you're with. It's easy because you know the long-term results are going to be you both make it work no matter what happens. But it's hard because every single time you make an individual choice, that choice has to be for the other person, and the other person has to be making that same choice for you. And a lot of people aren't mature enough to make that choice. Marriage is a crapshoot, guys. I think the problem with marriage is not because people don't find the one that they're supposed to be with. I think the problem with marriage is not working is because people aren't mature enough to decide, okay, oh, no, don't do that. Stop that. Stop feeling. No. Stop it. Stop feeling. Oh, no. He started healing, and I've already committed so far with this guy. I think, and that's what I mean, like, child production. That sounds so terrible. If you're going to have a child, you need to be responsible enough to that when you make that promise to marry someone, it needs to be permanent. And a lot of people aren't mature enough to make that decision. I can't do this and talk at the same time. I'm sorry, guys. My biggest compromise is going to be having kids. Do you want to have kids, Owen, or do you not want to have kids? That's another thing. He's a cat person. I wouldn't mind an Afghan hound. Are those really pretty ones? I always think of the... Is that the one from 101 Dalmatians? That's like the real, like, shaggy, really long-haired dog. But I can look past that. I think one of the things... I went to this marriage retreat before we got married. Because once again, Catholic. I think the thing about Catholicism well, I'll take it back. I think the thing about certain people who practice Catholicism, because there is terrible people in every single whatever organization. The diocese that we were with, like the church that we were with, took Catholic marriage really seriously. They were like, this is permanent. We really want you to be permanent. You guys got to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. There were so many people at that retreat who were bored. They were like, oh, I'm so sad that we have to be here. I could be doing something else. It was a weekend, like a Saturday or something like that. And I was like, dude, you're making a permanent decision. You're gonna have to be with this person forever. And like they were talking about like some people are savers. They save money. They don't want to spend it. They like to save it. They just like to have like, you know, a nest egg, and that nest egg can keep getting bigger and bigger, and you know, and then there's some people who are like, no, I mean it's fine to have money saved away, but I like to have things, and I like to spend money. You need to like figure out really quickly what each of you guys is like, because I'm not saying spending money is bad, I'm not saying saving money is bad. You can do whatever you want, but you guys both better have the same opinion about it, because I'm gonna tell you, if you're with someone and they're like, oh yeah, no, I like to spend money, like, you know, I like to, you know, like, I don't think you should be scared your whole life. I think you should be able to buy stuff that you like and that is pretty for you. And the one person's like, I know, we need to save all of our money. Like, we're not going anywhere. We're not going on vacation. We save everything. There's going to be so much anxiety and what the hell is going on over here? Ah, Pebbles! Pebbles, I need you! What happened? What is going on? Okay, we need to stun some of this action. I don't know what's going on. Oh, wait, hold still. Yeah! Give me this. Woo. I'm not exactly sure what was going on and what started that, but I'm glad we were there for it. Especially Mr. White. I might seem bonkers, but I'm actually a normal person. Just thought I'd let you know. I think whatever you are is what you are. Like, I think we put a lot of people in boxes right now. And I feel like it takes a while to figure out what you like and what you want to do in life, and then people change their minds, and it's not a bad thing. Like, things happen. I mean, I'm not wanting them, but he does, so I don't mind compromising, as I know how much he wants them. Yeah, see? That's exactly what I'm talking about. As long as you're willing to realistically compromise and know what you're getting yourself into. But you also have to be really honest with yourself and know that that's like, is that something that you're going to want to do and be able to commit to? Oh my gosh, I need to do the thing that makes me not die around here. That didn't make any sense, guys. I feel like especially Mr. White just likes to hop in, say hello, make me say his name, and then leave me. Take that. We're gonna make him a little bit stronger. Is this the informant one? The morning. Finding a witness. I guess I did do that. Don't remember doing them. Oh, maybe it was the grubby dude. That's what it was. I need to actually keybind that, because having to click that at the most inopportune times is hard. I love the idea of saving, but I just splurge on food. Yeah, so Tree and I, we love to save, but like, the majority of our budget goes straight down the food toilet. Well, that sounds terrible. It's not in a toilet. The food is delicious, and we're very sanitary. We do have kids. We're using but better genetics. I want to sell my little MS thing and then open my own little studio with whatever money I make. There you go. I just like to chill and watch full screen. Aw, thank you, especially Mr. White. I appreciate that. I'm glad. I'm sorry if I teased you. You don't have to, like, I'm just glad that you're here. I'm actually just glad that you get to show up because I do really like saying your name. Okay, when you fall below 20% health, blah blah blah, we'll do that. Please don't make me find you somewhere crazy. Oh, probably gonna end up going all the way around. Hi, it's me. Back again. Oh my gosh. Take all of the damage. Dude! You hit hard! I didn't even pick like a high level one. I think this is only like a 6. I don't know what it is that I picked. I don't think I chose an 8. For my alts, I don't really care about. Ooh! I don't really care about my toes. I feel like my genetics are so average, it's a tragedy. No! Don't think that! Your genetics are beautiful and they're uniquely you. I'm pretty sure you probably share like 80% of your DNA with all the other Swedes, but that's okay. You're not like an American. Americans are like the melting pot of genetics. There's just a little bit of everybody in us. That sounded terrible. I didn't mean to imply, you know. Oh, wait. This is where I came in! Oh gosh. Yeah, I knew it. We did the loop-de-loop. I forgot. We gotta figure out where we're going. I usually only catch you after work. Aww! I do really appreciate it when you show up. Just to clarify, the genetics thing is just because my family is generally a lot healthier, like nothing runs in the family. Oh, no, that's fine. That makes sense. Genes are important. I don't think you're gonna start turning into like a eugenics factory over there. Although I do have my suspicions of Aerie. If you can ravenous anima a fire elemental, it will trivialize it. Okay, that's the thing what I was talking about earlier. I like how Zero's like, I'm focused on the gameplay. It's important to me. Thanks for keeping me straight. Yeah, on the straight and narrow. I feel like I'm doing a lot of like weird phraseology with it. Oh, that guy's probably really scary. I don't know how to get. Oh wait, we can dwarf shadows this, guys. I really have no color for my lashes. It's really bad. Yeah, but that's just like society telling you that you have to have lashes on your, or color on your lashes. This is why dye lash is a thing. Don't worry. Okay, we're gonna just fight this guy. No, don't stand in the fire, puppy. Ooh, no. Ah! Run away! Whoa, towards the fire. Oh gosh. Every time he does Lockdown, I always think of that, there's a Kanye song called Love Lockdown. That was like the jam when I was in college. And if you guys go back and try to see when that was, I went to college really early, like really young, so it wouldn't be. Oh my gosh, none of you got stunned. So the way I play my alts is Terrified, and also no, which one of you is doing that? Oh no, no. Which one of you did that? Oh no, healing. What is that? Stop healing. This guy's probably huge. That healing ability is just so critical in this wing. Woo! That was exciting. Let's heal up before we move on. My sister looks like a fox. I'm more like a toad with acrylics. You feel me? I'm sure you're both beautiful. I don't know why that makes me think of, oh, I always forget this list. I really need to switch to Ascendance. No flames for you. I need to switch to Ascendance because I want to burst harder when I go in here. Right now I have the, the dog one that makes them summon faster or harder or something. Oh, he swung around that last one. Frost Shock instantly kills targets below 10% health. Okay, we're gonna do this one. I would die without lash products. No! Just, you know, one of these days, blonde eyelashes is literally going to be the hotness. Like, it's going to be considered extremely beautiful. And you're going to be like, why did I give up my beautiful eyelashes and dye them purple? Although, honestly, please do buy them purple and then send me pictures because that sounds amazing. And I'm sure Owen would back me up on this one. Wow, none of that is good. Okay. It's odd. I just want friends and none of my family at my wedding. I was thinking like the opposite for me. I was like, I only have friends. I don't have any other... I only have family. I don't have any friends. That one is actually pretty cool. And he's gonna die a lot in here, so yeah. If he dies, he's coming with me. Oh, we gotta put my belt on. Guys, look at that. I'm 205 now. 204. Well, we're rounding up. You guys understand. He gains 100% increased damage done, but also loses 2% health. Okay, yeah, that's actually not terrible, I don't think. Because he comes back. Alright. Let's do this. Is it odd? Or is that just too weird? I don't think it's weird. I think you invite people to your marriage or wedding that you want them to be. What? I think the wedding ceremony is for you and your spouse. I think everybody wants to have like a royal wedding type affair that's a huge party where everybody spends too much money. And I think... I'm already on floor 4? Wow, I should do this while I'm talking to you guys more often because it's fast. Okay, we're gonna do this. Go out, Pebbles. Be crazy. Do all the crazy pebble things. Ah! No, not today. Pebbles, come back. Pebbles is gonna melt. Oh, I think that thing exploded. No, he's still alive. Or he came back. Yeah, I got the thing where his health decays, but when he dies, he explodes. I like it. Now he regenerates 5% health! Yay! It all comes back, guys. It all comes back. I'm no longer able to jump. I don't think that's a good choice, because there's that one weird path here where you have to jump. Oh, where did he go? I told it was just for the wife. No. And the wife doesn't. Probably she wants to have like an amazing event or whatnot, but once again, it's society putting pressures on people to do things like literally marriage is not for anybody except for the promise to your spouse so that you guys will have a secure environment. Like, that's, you know, I feel like that's my feelings about it. Oh, geez, where did you come from? I guess I was being hunted. You think you're just gonna go for like an easy power and then boom. Oh my gosh, I feel like I should know how to do this. And then every time I forget it. Can I stun you? No, you didn't get stunned. Okay, well, the healing of your beast maw is increased by 50% and also heals you as well. Sweet, because this place is spicy. This is the place where for every floor you lose a certain amount of your health every turn or whatever. Yeah, I don't need to heal anybody. My dogs aren't up, but that's okay. We've had challenges like this before. I am the wife. There you go. Well, no, you're the other. Oh wait, you're the princess. That's what it is. Oh wait, I do. Hold still. overworked nurse kind of look right now. If my family wants to see my wedding, they can look at the magazine cover. Wait. Let me see. I want to see what this... I do... Okay, this is the part of me where it's like, okay, I do like pretty things. So yes, I am going to look this up. Balbian. Plus it also sounds Italian. Oh my gosh, are you going to Italy for this? Ooh! Sorry, I got really excited out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous! Sorry, I didn't mean to squeal. That's so pretty with the arches and like the little castle on the water. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's really nice. That's gonna be gorgeous. So remember, marriage is also about respect. So as long as you guys respect each other and you give each other, you know, the boundaries that you each need. Sorry, I'm like, now that I know you're getting married, I need you to like be like, make sure you're being respectful to each other. That sounds weird, but I was like, respect and communication and compromise are huge when you're getting married, but also feeling loved and not feeling anxious all the time. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know if he's the one for me. Like, if you have any doubts at all that the person doesn't love you the way they should, or that they're not going to be there for you, like, those feelings are extremely real, and if they're like deep-seated, it's probably not going to be a bad thing. But I don't know, I was like, I'm like turning into like internet mom. You're getting married, it's a serious situation, sweetie. Just make sure you love each other.
Child of Bastion, undeserving of such a fate. Lead them into light.
He needs to propose first. Jeez, I told him after my master's. There you go. Just wait until you guys are all settled. Oop, oop, oop. That's cool. It is a very pretty venue. I'm like repeating myself. Oh, this is the girl who always needs a bell. I feel like this girl keeps getting trapped in here, and I feel like I've saved her multiple times. Or is it a dude? I feel like it's a girl. Is it a guy? It's a guy. No, it is a girl. Okay, good. I didn't remember wrong. Sometimes it's hard to tell with the Kyrian dudes they ascended. They're a little androgynous. I know they have boobs and whatever, but the guys have these weird birthing hips, and it just confuses me, you know? I was not sure what they were going for. No, don't get zapped. Good. That's a strike towards something. I was like, sure what that was towards. We're gonna free this guy. It was in Casino Royale too, which I found out afterwards. Ooh! I'll have to go back and watch that movie. That movie was so good. I loved that. I felt like that was such a good way to come back with. Even though it was like, oh, you know, James Bond does parkour. I mean, it's okay for James Bond to like change and update and do things that are like modern. That's not bad. There's gotta be an evolution somewhere. Okay, am I done with the one quest? I totally failed all of that. I kept trying to like feral lunge because it's like the ability that I have, and it was not happening, guys. You have birthing hips too, but do you do the sachet waddle that Pelagos does? I'm sure you don't do it to the degree that Pelagos was doing it. Pelagos has like the birthing hip waddle. There's nothing back here. Wow, rude. I was gypped, guys. I say that a lot, and I'm now starting to like doubt myself whether or not there's some terrible like basis to that word that I should not say it again. I feel like I have to look it up on Urban Dictionary and make sure that it's not bad. It's the thing nowadays. Like, I feel like there's a lot of common parlance, and you just don't know if something's bad anymore. Oh my gosh. Owen. Okay, I have to tell you something, and you have to promise not to laugh at me, and also know that I had no intentions of being mean or anything. But it came out horribly, and I ruined... It was an acquaintance of mine, not like necessarily a friend, but it was a friend of a good friend. And so I was a little bit sheltered. But also my terminology, because I was homeschooled, was always a little bit just old, right? So I always read a whole bunch of Agatha Christie's. And the way Agatha Christie sometimes described people who were eccentric was, and had like eclectic taste, was that they were a little fruity. And that's what I thought. I thought fruit and fruity meant that it was, they were a little eccentric and they had like a funny like taste. And I thought it was like lighthearted. I didn't mean to put any weight to it. I didn't mean to. So there was a guy who was a friend of theirs, of my friend, and I was talking online, and every time you try to talk into like a channel, so everything's lost in communication. And this guy said something about like a furniture, and he linked a picture of something, and oh, I was like, oh, you got like a fruity taste or something. I can't remember what I said. And he was so offended because, you know, he was gay. And I was like, what's wrong? And everybody was like, I can't believe you said that. And I was like, I didn't know what I was saying. Like, I didn't know. They had to explain it to me. I looked it up, and I don't ever say that again. That's not in my common parlance anymore, guys. I'm a changed woman. But it was so embarrassing. And I felt so bad. And he was so nice. And I feel like I really hurt his feelings. And I didn't know how to make it better. And everybody, like, when I started, like, backtracking, it made like I was just making excuses. And I was like, that's the worst part about being homeschooled. It's just not being with it when it comes to like some terminology. Because there's no reason. My parents weren't going to teach me that. They don't teach me slurs, right? Like, my parents weren't going to be like, this is what you refer to a Chinese person. Like, my parents are not, they're not racist. They're like very nice, you know, people. They're very, you know, nice. I mean, like, if you're a nice person, you're not going to make fun of other people in general. I just felt so bad because I didn't want to hurt his feelings, and I just felt like I was backtracking the entire time, and it was awful. I felt bad. But I feel like I just had to tell you because I was like, I don't know. He'll understand because it's British. So I don't know. Do Brits even say that anymore? Like, did I even get the understanding wrong? When Agatha Christie was talking about a fruity gentleman, was she talking about him being, you know, a little bit, or gay? You can't be a little bit gay, but, or maybe you can. I don't know. It's not my experience. I don't know. Incredibly fruity. You are so cute. Okay, it is offensive now. Okay, good. Okay, so I haven't used it since that interaction in any form or in any like description. So now you know, Ari, I can save you from that awful social interaction. We're just gonna buy everything, apparently. I have like a bajillion of these. We're just gonna increase our maw, dude, because I don't really have anything else I can do. Well, I don't know, maybe bloodlust. Yeah, we'll give ourselves extra bloodlust. And we still have more, so let's do it. Wind shear? No, I don't care about wind shear. Yeah, we're just gonna see what we get. And healing, because we don't care about mole rat harnesses, and sure, we'll do that, even though that doesn't really do anything for us. And then your first bloodlust does not cause the sated. I don't have another way to bloodlust, so we're just gonna boop. we're gonna pop that. And then we're gonna pop Lust. Off we go. Ah! Rude. Practically every syrup, but I haven't heard fruity in years. Okay. Well, I don't want to bring it back. I don't want people to start using it. I feel like, in my opinion, it matches more like an eccentric person, because I don't know, like fruit, it was like a fruit bowl. It's mixed. Like, he has a lot of different, like, tastes. So it made sense to me in my, like, homeschooler brain. I was like, oh, yes. Like a fruit salad. Very fruity. So I'm not really sure how it originated, like, why it would describe, you know, gay people, but, you know, it's, you know, it is what it is. You guys are so funny, though. It's the embarrassing story of the day. Oh, okay. I guess I get this guy now. Thank you. Alright, I think we are done with this person. I think it sounds fun, to be honest. Well, I don't ever want, like I said, I don't want to ever hurt anybody. And I can't tell someone what they should think is insulting or whatnot. I do, personally, when people tell me as a homeschooler that I'm unsocialized or that I must have had, like, a unsocialized upbringing, I do get a little bit like, excuse me, like, are you telling me that I don't know how to talk to people? Which, now that I'm just, like, bleh, all over you guys, probably might be a little bit true. You guys were like, she's too socialized, she just doesn't shut up, that's her problem. Okay, we're gonna go back to Orbos. You can call me Fruity any days. Please make that the cute way to refer to Swedish people, but you have, what is the Swedish word for fruit? I don't want to get... This is all done in jest. Like, I don't want to, you know, cause any problems. I don't know. I just don't want anybody to feel hurt. That's all I care about. Okay, we're gonna see if we can finish up. We're probably not gonna finish up this Torghast. I do a little bit of Torghast on the Torghast weeks where it's the calling is Torghast. I gotta look up what ficus. That sounds like, or is it ficus? Ficus is adorable. Or ficus. Ficus sounds like a flower. Isn't there a ficus flower? I gotta look this up. Ficus. Ficus flower. Oh, okay, so ficus, F-I-C-U-S, is a very pretty flower. It kind of looks like a magnolia. It is very rude and means fig. Oh, okay, sorry, never mind. I won't say that. Okay, error. We're gonna just wind that one back. I think that's it. That's all I really wanted to do, which is great because it got to be 6 o'clock. So, I don't know if I'm gonna be on later. I might be. If I'm not, it means homophile, which is a questionable term. Alright, so let's not do that. I'm glad I didn't. But a ficus flower is beautiful, so maybe we can translate it into an actual pretty thing. I don't know. That's also questionable. I feel like I'm delving into an area that I was like, I don't know if I should be going down. You guys understand. I hope that you guys do. You guys are the best. I really appreciate you guys being around and for hearing my awkward stories and for helping me loot all of my boxes this week. I feel like we got some good loot today and we got a lot done, so I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for coming, and you guys are hilarious and I love talking with you guys. I know, wow, I totally was like, I talked a lot today about not WoW things, so I'm sure YouTube is gonna be like, what is she doing? She's supposed to be doing WoW streams and now she's talking about the school system. Oh, someone else is getting up too. All right. Good night. Good night, Owen. Good night, Eric. Good night, especially Mr. White. Good night, Zero. And have a fabulous time. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.